How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. I kind of wanted to touch base on this whole Glock thing. It seems like I just kind of put my 2 cents out there, in my opinion. And I'm going to be honest with you up front. I have a love-hate relationship with Glock. I own Glocks. I own several of them. I read the book. Even my background is a Glock cleaning mat. And this is kind of the weapon I used for about 20 years, the Glock 22. It's a Gen 4. This is my personal model. I did go out and buy one years ago just to play around with and let the department one at home, let the department one at work. But I don't care about the Glock situation. I really don't. It's one of those things where everyone's making a big deal about it. They're going off and talking about how, Glock canceled all their models and it's betraying because they're getting lawsuits. And the Glock switch, if you're not familiar with the Glock switch, look it up. Don't buy one. I've been told not only by a Glock representative, but also by I was at a Glock class basically, and the Glock representative was saying don't buy one, doesn't represent Glock at all. They even had a sales rep there from another company saying don't buy one. So don't buy one. And they're pretty illegal anyways. They turn your gun into a machine gun. But, it's kind of an issue. Several states have sued, and I think several states, a couple of states and a couple of cities have sued Glock over it. And, from my doing some research on this, they made the announcement back in April, from my understanding. But, it's just now it's coming out that they're going to discontinue the firearm, and they're going to come out with the V series, which from my understanding too, what some people are saying is it's just the Gen 5. Instead of saying this is a Gen 4, but instead of saying Gen 5 right here, is just going to say V on it. And it's just going to have a different trigger, different slide stuff, in the back, a different trigger, a different receiver, a different firing pin. And basically you can't use the Glock switch on the back of the Glock anymore. So and I also have a feeling it's going to be a precursor to the Gen 6 Glock that's coming out next year, or it's rumored to be coming out next year. So that's kind of my thoughts. Also, they're not coming out with an MOS version. Glock, I don't know why Glock is thinking that way, that they're not coming out with a MOS version. That would make sense. Pretty much nowadays, it's 2025, every manufacturer out there, or major manufacturer, has an MOS version. It comes that way from the factory. You don't have to buy the slide anymore or get it milled. It just comes straight to the factory. But they're not releasing any MOS versions, any OptiCuts versions. It's going to be a regular Gen 5 handgun with no optic, which I think is kind of stupid. I think it's really stupid. I don't have a plan to buying one. And we all know those influencers out there who are bitching and complaining about Glock. As soon as it comes out, they're going to be buying one and talking about how the trigger is. It's a Glock trigger, So I'm kind of interested in seeing it. Again, I know the Glock Gen 6 is coming out next year. That's what the rumor is, and I'm kind of curious to see what that one is. But I don't care about the whole Glock situation. I also think they're better hand striker fire guns than the Glock out there. But I do have a love-hate relationship with the gun, and that's going to come into another video that I'm planning on making here, talking about that. And again, I have a lot of Glocks. Again, this is the gun I carried for pretty much almost 20 years. I carried a Glock 22, a Gen 3 and a Gen 4 with a Surefire. I own the book, and I have a parts mat. And I've been to several Glock factories. So, like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with the company, or, it's not my favorite gun, but again, just kind of want to give my opinion out there about the Gen 5. I don't care about the whole situation. I know people, it's Glock, and there's no such thing as a Glock killer, and it's just, Glock is king. Again, it's it's America's handgun. So anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Everyone stay safe out there. And tell me what you think, because I know people are going to not care for that. Anyways, hope you guys have a good one. Be safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.